Leaders of the U.S. Democratic Party have presented their blueprint for getting President Barack Obama re-elected in November. They outlined their key policies on the opening day of their three-day national convention in North Carolina. The platform calls for greater tax breaks for the middle class. It also criticizes a Republican plan to keep tax cuts for the rich. Democrats say threats such as terrorism and nuclear proliferation cannot be solved by one nation. They stress the importance of international cooperation. Delegates backed Obama's focus on the Asia-Pacific region. They pledged to maintain a strong U.S. presence in Japan and on the Korean Peninsula.
The 46th Quadrennial National Convention of the Democratic Party will now come to order.
More than 5,500 delegates gathered in Charlotte, North Carolina Tuesday for the kickoff of the Democratic National Convention. Their goal, show the tough decisions that President Obama has already made and what's needed now to give the middle class a boost. Democrats wasted no time delving into issue number one, the economy. And of course, there were jabs at the other side.
If you are an American, first generation or 15th, one who is willing to work hard, play by the rules, and apply your God-given talents, that you should be able to find a job that pays the bills. You should be able to afford health care for your family. You should be able to retire with dignity and respect.
This fall, there is a real choice. The other side fights to protect subsidies for big oil. But we want to invest in America's small businesses.
If Mitt was Santa Claus, he would fire the reindeer and outsource the elves.
On day one of the convention, delegates also adopted a party platform that focuses on improving the economic situation for middle-class Americans. But something different from past conventions, the platform does not include the word God, and a reference to Jerusalem as the capital of Israel was removed.
A mother of 5 U.S. soldiers from Ohio then introduced Michelle Obama, who delivered a rousing speech to delegates. It was very much a tribute to her husband, the president, and though the First Lady did not mention Mitt Romney's name once, her speech was peppered with barbs for the Republican candidate.
I know from experience that if I truly want to leave a better world for my daughters and for all of our sons and daughters, if we want to give all of our children a foundation for their dreams and opportunities worthy of their promise, if we want to give them that sense of limitless possibility, that belief that here in America there is always something better out there if you're willing to work for it, then we must work like never before. And we must once again come together and stand together for the man we can trust to keep moving this great country forward. My husband, our president, Barack Obama.
They loved it. He was watching back at the White House with the couple's daughters. Earlier, Democrats had heard from a man some believe could be the Hispanic Obama, the 37-year-old mayor of San Antonio, Julian Castro, who tore into the president's opponent.
Governor Romney has undergone an extreme makeover, and it ain't pretty. So here's what we're going to say to Mitt Romney in November. We're going to say no.
So the Democrats' message to the American people is that Barack Obama represents them in a way that Mitt Romney never can, because of the life he's led, the struggles he's faced.
The first
first night of the Democratic National Convention is over. It ended with a speech from Michelle Obama, the very popular wife of President Barack Obama. Her goal here was very clear, to appeal to minorities, to appeal to women, to humanize her husband. We heard the familiar life story of the president and of Michelle Obama. The reason they're doing that, though, is very clear. They have been trying to paint his opponent, Mitt Romney, as an out-of-touch rich guy who doesn't understand the struggles of the middle class. So we repeatedly heard from Michelle Obama that they've been there, that they get it. So we're seeing the theme that the Obama campaign is going to use over the next 2 days when dealing with the economy, that it could be worse, it's getting better, the country's been through tougher struggles, the president gets it. That's the message they're going to hear again tomorrow night from President Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, who's going to be the keynote speaker, the featured speaker on Wednesday, and then, of course, President Barack Obama speaks on Thursday.